Welcome back. From the last class, we have started discussing about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In today's class, I am discussing about the female reproductive structure. Female reproductive structure of flower. In flower, the female reproductive structure is a gynoecium. Gynoecium, and it is also called pistil or carpel. The gynoecium is considered as the female reproductive part of a flower, and the gynoecium is also called pistil or carpel. Pistil and carpel both are the same words, and those pistil and carpels are considered as the gynoecium. Here, the gynoecium is made up of the one carpel or pistil, or in some flowers it is made up of many carpels. Here, the gynoecium is made up of a single carpel, and that is called monocarpellary. For example, beans and pea. These are having a single carpel. It means they are having only one carpel. Here, in some plants, in some flower, the pistil is made up of many carpels. For example, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, the carpel, it is made up of 2 carpels, or here the pistil is made up of the 2 carpels. It is called bicarpellary. And bicarpellary examples: sunflower. Next, if the carpels, the gynoecium is made up of 3 carpels, it is called tricarpellary. For example, onion. If the pistil or gynoecium is made up of 4 carpels, it is called tetracarpellary. For example, cotton. And if the gynoecium is made up of 5 carpels, that is called pentacarpellary. For example, hibiscus. If the gynoecium is made up of more than 5, it may be 6 or 7, that gynoecium is called polycarpellary or multicarpellary. Here, the word, it says that poly means more, multi means more. If the gynoecium is made up of more than 5 carpels, it may be 6, 7 or etc. That gynoecium is called polycarpellary or multicarpellary. Both are the same. Here, for example, lemon, orange, they are having more than 5 carpels. If the carpel is 1, that is called monocarpellary, or if the carpel is 2, that is called bicarpellary. In some textbooks, they are mentioned as multi or polycarpellary. More than 2 carpels, those all are considered as multi or polycarpellary. Here, in gynoecium or carpels, it may be free or it may be fused. If the carpels are free, that is called apocarpus. That is called apocarpus. If the carpels are free, that ovary or that gynoecium is called apocarpus. For example, custard apple. Custard apple means sitaphala. Here the carpels are free. If the carpels are fused, they cannot be separated. These carpels get fused. Those gynoecium or pistil is called syncarpus. That pistil or that carpel is called syncarpus. For example, lemon or hibiscus, datura. These are the example for fused carpels or fused gynoecium. These carpels, here it is the ovary and these are the carpels, and these carpels cannot be separated from each other. They get fused. That ovary or that gynoecium is called fused. If the carpels are free, that is called apocarpus. Here it is the gynoecium part and these are the carpels, and these carpels they can separate it from one another. Those carpels are called apocarpus. For example, custard apple. One more example here, Michelia champaka. Means sampige hoop. These carpels are free means apocarpus. If the carpels are fused means they are called syncarpus. Here the ovals are arranged in a ovary to the placenta and they are for the cavity. They are for the cavity in the carpels. Cavity is nothing but chamber. Chamber and cavity both are the same. The ovals are attached to the placenta and they make a cavity or they make a chamber, and that cavity or that chamber is called locule. On the basis of locules, the carpels can be differentiated into monolocular, bilocular, trilocular, tetralocular, pentalocular or multilocular. Here, if the gynoecium it has or the carpel it has two locules, if the locule, the carpel has one locule, it means only one chamber, that is called monolocular. For example, pea and beans. If the carpel has two locules means that is called bilocular. If the carpel has three locules and that is called trilocular. If the carpel has four locules, that is called tetralocular. If the carpel has 5 locules, that is called pentalocular. More than 5 locules, it is called multi or polylocular. On the basis of locules, the carpels can be divided or differentiated into monocarpellary, bicarpellary, tricarpellary, tetracarpellary, pentacarpellary and multicarpellary. Here the pistil is composed of, or it has three parts. These are stigma, style and ovary. This is the pistil. It has 3 parts. The pistil has 3 parts. Namely, these are stigma, style and ovary. These are the 3 parts present in a pistil. Here, the stigma, it is sticky in nature. Sticky means some gelatinous material that is present on the surface and the landing surface for pollen grain. That structure is called stigma. Here, when the pollination takes place, on that time, the pollen grains, then they are come and sit on that surface. And that structure is called stigma. And here, the slender, second part is style. The slender, elongated, tube-like structure that is called style, and it helps to connect the both stigma and ovary. The style, in style there are 2 types. The first one is hollow and the second one is solid. These are the 2 types of styles. Hollow means here it is the stigma and it is a style. If these are the epidermal tissue or epidermal cells, they are present at the outer surface of the tissue. Here the cavity is present in this style. The cavity, and that is called lumen. Lumen or cavity is present in the style. That style is called hollow. Here it is the style, and the epithelial cells or the epidermal cells, they are present on the style. There is no presence of lumen. The lumen or the cavity is absent. That style is called solid stigma. Solid style. Here this style, when the pollination takes place, on that time the pollen grains, they are produced the pollen tube, and that pollen tube enters through the style and reaches to the ovary. The style, it helps to penetrate the pollen tube through the style, and that tube reaches to the ovary. And the third one is the ovary. Here the basal part, the solan part of the pistil that present at the base of the pistil, that part is called ovary, and that ovary has some solan structures, and those solan structures are called ovules. Ovules. The ovary has many ovules. In some plants it has a single ovule. In some plants it has many ovules. The ovules are nothing but megasporangium. Ovule are also called megasporangium. Here the ovules are, it is the ovary, it is the ovule, and this ovule is attached to the ovary at a tissue. That tissue is called placenta. This tissue is called placenta. The ovules, they are attached to the placenta, that is called placentation. Placentation. The attachment or the arrangement of ovules to the placenta is called placentation. On the basis of attachment of ovules to the placenta, there are 5 types. First one is marginal placentation. Marginal placentation. Second one is axile placentation. Third one, parietal placentation. fourth one, basal placentation, and fifth one, free central placentation. These are the 5 types of placenta. Here, the first one is marginal placentation. It is the ovary and the ovule, it attached to the margin. It attached to the margin of the ovary. It is called marginal placentation. For example, pea and beans. It is the pea, and here the some ovules, they are attached at the margin of the placentation. It is the margin of the ovary, and these ovules are get attached to the margin of the ovary. That type of placentation is called marginal placentation. For example, beans or pea. And the second one is axial placentation. Axial placentation means here it is the structure of ovary, and here the ovules get attached to the center of the ovary. For example, lemon. In lemon, the ovules are attached to the center of ovary. Lemon. And the third one is parietal placentation. Parietal placentation means it is the ovary, and the ovules are get attached to the inner wall of the ovary. For example, cucumber. In cucumber, the ovules are get attached to the inner wall. It is the outer wall of the ovary, and it is the inner wall of the ovary. Here, these are the ovules, and these ovules are get attached to the inner wall of the ovary. That is called parietal placentation. And the fourth one is basal placentation. The ovules are get attached to the base of the ovary. It is the base of the ovary, and this ovule is get attached to the base of the ovary. That is called basal placentation. For example, sunflower. The sunflower is attached to the base of the ovary. And the fifth one is free central placentation. Free central placentation means here the ovary has no septa. It means free. The central space is free. Then here the ovules are attached to the center, and the septa or the chambers are absent here. That placentation is called free central placentation. For example, chili. These are the types of placentation. Thank you.